Hello, beasties. That's how I greeted my Twitter audience this morning. And people might say, Martin, why don't you call them beasties? Why don't you call them something different? And the truth is, there are lots of things that we do and they're fun and they're random sounding. We don't necessarily know why we do them. And being a very, very reflective and introspective person, on my way here, I was thinking about a particular coach that I had many years ago. And one of the things that he would often encourage me and his other clients to do is when we were having telephone conversations with people to actually get it on its feet, to get up and move around and walk while you talk. And I just thought about this, and we're talking 10 years ago, basically, that he advised me to do this. And I thought, well, yeah, I suppose you could, because it gives the conversation more energy. But to me, reflecting on it now as these things naturally percolate and bubble up, I thought, well, yeah, you could do that, but then it's sort of making the activity about walking around, and it's not necessarily focusing on the actual conversation, not focusing on the interaction between me and whoever it was I was speaking with. And it just sort of got me to thinking there are many things that we do that we don't really know why we do them, or, and this is important, if you're going to speak in your own unique voice, that we automatically assume that because, well, certainly I have, I think many people do, we automatically assume that when somebody tells you to do something, that we have to do it. And of course, it's preposterous. It's absolutely ridiculous a notion to say that, well, just because the wind howls doesn't mean, and I'm not kind of saying that he was ill-advising me necessarily, or that he was doing it maliciously or, unfavorably, because he wasn't. He was a good chap. But just because somebody says to do that thing, you don't have to. Just because the wind howls, you don't have to topple and fall to the ground. You don't. And it's always been my mission to speak in my own voice, to be living my life, to consume less of other people and speak in my own voice. And I think that we've lost this idea of saying no. We seem to think we have to say yes to absolutely everything. And we don't. We don't. I want to live a life that's self-empowered, that's individual, that's me, that's authentic and genuine. And I've let myself be overshadowed by other people, what they've said they want me to do. And this is another assumption I have to say that we make, is that we assume that if somebody's giving us an instruction or an order, a demand, a bit of advice, that they themselves have any idea what the fuck they're talking about. Because what you'll find is most people don't. We're afraid to admit that we're making it up as we go along. There is no actual rule book, because we're all different. We want similar things. We want certain states. But even that, people say, well, you want shelter, you want security, you want predictability, steadiness. Do we? Well, no. It turns out that we don't. We don't really want those things. We want flexibility, suppleness. We want adventure and we want excitement. The mistake that I've made is turning that into wanting drama and sort of boiling over and exploding and being very reactive. But to live a unique life, to live your life, well, you have to be responsible. and you have to be proactive. Don't just bend when people try to fold you up and make you smaller. It's you that does that. It's you that makes every single decision, and we have very good reasons for making the decisions that we do, but make sure that the decisions that you make are not for anybody else but you.